What's going on everyone, Tommy from Pizarro's PCs, and I'm back, and in today's video I have lots of mail, and I'm going to also be sharing some of the bits I found over the weekend when I was at Birmingham. What's up everyone, welcome back. Another busy weekend for myself. So I didn't get no videos out yesterday, I didn't attend no boot sales. I was at the NEC yesterday for the BP Toy Fair's Birmingham Toy Show, which is massive. So there's like about 500 stalls. One thing is I stalled out, so I spent the majority of my time at my stall. And the only thing is when I weren't at the stall and I was around mooching and buying stuff, I didn't carry my camera with me. Dumbass. So unfortunately I haven't got any footage of the actual toy show itself. A couple of things I want to note is I'd like to thank, first of all, everyone who came to my stall. It was absolutely mad busy yesterday, and about 10 people come up to me saying that they watched my YouTube channel, which is really good, and I appreciate that, and I appreciate the support. So that is awesome. So guys, before I get into some of the stuff that I found in Birmingham, I do have quite a bit of mail here. I have about 3 or 4 parcels and packages. I know what the majority of them are, and some bits I don't really know what they are. So we've got a couple of envelopes here. I think I know what this is. Yeah, this is so Darren at Darren's Toy Channel sent this to me, free of charge as well, so thanks for that, buddy. I'll put a link to his channel below. This is a, when I get it open, a Toy Biz 2004. It's like a Venom stand. So it obviously, I don't know which figure, because Toy Biz have made so many Venom figures, but that obviously is like 3D with a tongue sticking out. That's pretty cool. Not that I'm going to stick a figure on it, but that is going to go on the shelf. Darren, appreciate that, buddy. Alright, so that's one thing. Second thing I've got here, I think I know where it is, because it's got Tommy Pizarro on it. So I think I know this is from. Taking a mick. My name's not Tommy, it's Tom, but hey, I'm going to have to cut this bad boy open proper with scissors. I'm going to try and do it with a knife. It's one of these ones where all the fluff comes out of the package, so I'm a bit worried that it's going to go all over the floor. So yeah, so as you guys would have known, over the last couple of weeks I acquired a slim PlayStation 2, and it didn't have the brick pack with it I had mentioned. So Stu at Tutti UK, again I'll put a link below to his channel as well, has kindly supplied me with the PS2 Sony 8.5 volt adapter and a cable as well, albeit I have got a cable, but I've got a spare one now, and he didn't charge me. So Stu, massive thank you for that, buddy. I'm gonna be playing the Warriors and Bully, and what else did I get? Spider-Man. I've got a few games over the last couple of weeks. I'm going to be playing them over the coming months. As you lot know, I've got a operation coming, so I'm going to have plenty of time on my hands. So I'm going to have to take about 5 weeks off work or so. Oh, nearly cut myself there, look. Bloody hell. Right, what's this? Don't know what this is. Let's have a look. The joys of just leaving mail for about a week or so. So I've been so busy as well. Ah, yeah, I got this on eBay. So, oh, bloody hell, people. I like the fact that people wrap things well, but I can't get them bloody open. So this is, it'll be obvious as to why I got it. This is the Fangoria. Let me get that out of the packet. I don't know if you guys, especially like older people, might not younger generation, but this was like a horror magazine that was out in like the 80s and that, and I got this one, so I'm gonna leave that on now. I got this one for obvious reasons, because the front cover is Gremlins. So this episode is obviously from like 83 or 84 or something. Can't remember how much I paid for this, but I'll probably like get that put in a frame. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I think I paid like 6 quid for it or something. So that's I'm pretty pleased with that. So I've got the Gremlins Fangoria episode. Right, let's have a look. Let's keep going. I don't like doing 20-minute videos because of the upload time. I ain't gonna lie to you guys, and it goes really, really quick. You'd be surprised. So I want to try and fly through this because it's gonna take hours to upload. Right, what we got here? Yes. So again, another eBay buy. Got these two for £10 posted. Really, really good actually, because these are like mint. So these are like the original Waddington's Gremlins puzzles. I haven't got either of them. So that's the cover of one of them. Obviously that's what the puzzle is, but you also, there's a puzzle there. You also get a poster in them. So normally when you get these puzzles, the poster's always missing. So look at that. Original Gremlins poster. Awesome. Really good price. Puzzles, you know what? I'm never going to do the puzzle, but these obviously I like to display these in my Gremlins cabinet. So that's one of them. So obviously that's got the Gremlins on the front, and then here's the second one with Gizmo with his 3D glasses, reading his 3D magazine. And again, I believe this one's got a poster in. Yeah, it has. So I paid like 11 quid, I think, posted for the two. That's a really good price. You don't really see puzzles around too much. I've got a puzzle, I think there was 4 of these made. I've got another one in my collection, so I'm really, really pleased with that. And lastly, I don't know what's in here. This is a gift package from my friend Jack, who used to be a dealer. His company was called Another Earth Collectibles. Now Jack kind of gave up on the scene. He was one of the first when I first came onto the dealing scene, he was sort of one of the first friends I made. And we talk a lot, you know, we talk via WhatsApp and that. Jack's a massive Godzilla and Kaiju fan like myself. And I know his mum lives in the States, so when she comes over, she brings bits and pieces over. And he said he's got a few bits for me he's going to send. I know one of the items because he sent me a picture, it's quite a rare item. And, whoa, what have we got here? Wow. Jack, you're too kind, my friend. So we have, first off, let's just stick the tail in there. This is the, I can't think what toy line it is, but I've got some behind me here. I've got Rodan and obviously Mecha King Ghidorah. This is the, what year is this? It's going to be like 90s, isn't it? So Godzilla, but it's not obviously Mecha Godzilla. It's Godzilla with like armour on. And then obviously this gun goes somewhere, I'm not too sure, on the shoulders. I'll have to work that out in a minute. Missing the missiles and that, but that is still cool. And it's a Godzilla I do not have. So I'm running out of space for Godzillas, and we look like we've got some more here. We've got a little bag of mini Godzillas. Let's have a look. I've seen these before. I think I've got some behind me. Down there. I don't have all of them, no. Yeah, they're like mini... I think they're like knockoffs, to be honest with you. One. Got one here with... yeah, there's like all different versions of Godzilla. Some of them are clear. Oh, there's Zilla from the new film. Cool. So a little bag of mini Godzillas, and then we have here something I do not have. If you look behind me there, you'll see that I've got the King Ghidorah version still in the packet, and now I have the Godzilla King of Monsters little egg in the packet. Jack, I can't thank you enough, buddy. I had this when I was a kid, but I obviously haven't got it now, so now that will fit nicely over there on the right hand side. What else we got here? Got a postcard here. Pretty cool postcard, look at that. That is cool. Nice one, I don't know where that's from. We've got a little G.I. Joe Chun-Li figure from Street Fighter. And then we have got, let me just check this. I'm going to save the, we've got a poster. Oh, what is this? Oh wow. So it's a Godzilla poster. The art of soundtracks. It looks like a promotion on one of the like a record or something that's come out. That's pretty awesome. Might have to get that framed. I've got quite a bit of wall space, to be honest with you, and I haven't got anything Godzilla. Sort of dominated by Masters of the Universe and Gremlins. And then last but not least, this was the only thing I knew was coming, and this is pretty cool. And this is from the 80s, and I think he Hardee's, which I believe is like a shop in America. So as you can see, we got Gremlins. Says it's all here, Gremlins, Hardee's. It's like a pin badge, but if you look, it like holographic, it changes from Gizmo to Stripe. That is awesome. Jack, mate, I'll WhatsApp you in a little while, but I can't thank you enough, mate. Really appreciate that, buddy. That's awesome. So yeah, that was all the mail, guys, that I've got. So thanks to Jack and Stu. Thanks to Darren at Darren's Toy Channel, and then obviously the other bits were from eBay. So I'll put links to the other guys' channels down below. So, Birmingham. Me and Rob from Robbo Toys went to Birmingham on Saturday. Had a terrible journey up there, Saturday afternoon. We went to the hotel and then we decided to go to a shop called Entertainment World, which I follow on Instagram. And the guy there, Rob, I've had some dealings with him before, the owner. So it was literally 2 minutes from where we were staying in the hotel as well, in Sheldon in Birmingham. And I picked up a few bits. It's a massive shop and there was tons of gear in there. There was a lot of games, like a lot of PS2 games, hundreds and hundreds of PS2 games. And then when we were there, someone else bought another 100 in, and they was on the counter. There was loads of Mega Drive, N64, SNES. There wasn't too many toys. But I did manage to pick up a couple of bits. So first off, he had quite a few of them. I picked up a couple of Masters of the Universe comics. Now I've got this one, but I've already got it, and I've actually passed this on to my friend Wayne, who's a big Masters of the Universe fan. So this is the old Masters of the Universe like comic from the UK. This is number 47 with the movie version on the front. So Dolph Lundgren on the front. The artwork on look at that on the back. The artwork in these is really good. So Wayne's got that. So I'll pick this one up for myself. This is number 32, but I just love the front cover. The Power of the Mantisaur, which you guys will know. I own Mantisaur and Hordak. They're just out of view up here behind me. So that was great. I think they were like £4 each or something. Sticking with Masters of the Universe, I picked this up. Again, a very unusual item. I do not own an Amstrad, but I picked up the Masters of the Universe movie game on the Amstrad. Again, this is just something to just have that will go in my He-Man cabinet up there. Pretty cool item. While we are on the subject of Amstrad, is this an Amstrad? I think so. I'm not too sure. Let's have a look. Well, in any case, it's... Oh no, sorry, Spectrum. It's Spectrum. This is... I got this again purely just because of the front cover, and it's just pretty cool. This is the first Street Fighter. So before Street Fighter 2, there was Street Fighter, and this is it, number 1. As you can see, none of the original characters on the front, but if I remember rightly, and you can see on the back, I do believe that Ken and Ryu are in this. I cannot remember. I briefly remember playing the original Street Fighter on in the arcades, but my memory's gone. And the last thing I've got from Entertainment World, again on the subject of Street Fighter, is Street Fighter 2, the animated, which I do have on DVD. But this is VHS, so pretty cool. Again, it will just look good on my Street Fighter shelf, which is behind the camera. I think I paid £3 for that, 5 for Street Fighter, and I think 7 for Masters of the Universe. With the comics, he done me a little deal. It comes to £20, and he also threw in a PS2 memory card, which I need because obviously I've got a PS2 now. So I'm starting to pick up bits and pieces that I do actually need and not what I want. So that was pretty cool. So thanks to Rob at Entertainment World for them bits. So, Birmingham Toy Show. Biggest toy show in the UK by far. It's getting bigger and bigger with action figures. I think probably 70%, 65-70% of the place is vintage action figures. So everything from Star Wars to Masters of the Universe, Thundercats, and then you'll find anything from Mask, G.I. Joe, Marvel and DC, Godzilla, everything. There's all sorts there. Everything for everyone. What else do I see? Is there even girl stuff? You'll see all My Little Pony, Care Bears and all that, but you still have the stalls that are doing all the things that I'm not into, which is, you know, dinky cars and Matchbox and all that. And a lot of people saying it is a dying, that is a dying industry. And the time of action figures, 70s, 80s, 90s action figures is kind of now. Obviously 70s still big, 70s toys are still big. 80s toys are in their prime at the minute and everyone wants them. And 90s toys, people do want. They're not really going for big money, but their time is going to come. I do believe in sort of like the next 10 years, a lot of 90s toys are going to become massive and the demand's going to become high. Not many people ask for Street Sharks, Biker Mice from Mars, and them sort of toy lines at the minute. You know, Bucky O'Hare, Toxic Crusaders. There is a bit of a demand for them, but not massive like there is with He-Man, Thundercats, Ghostbusters, G.I. Joe and Transformers from the 80s. So I do think the 90s toys will have their time, so you watch this space, guys. Anyway, as I mentioned earlier in the video, I did not get any footage. I'm really sorry, guys. That's quite piss poor from myself because I usually do. But I've made some new friends in the toy industry. I bought some bits from them. They've got YouTube channels as well. One of them's called Theo. I met Theo from Slime TV. I'm going to put his link below. I haven't had a chance. I've not been on YouTube at all in the last 5 or 6 days. I know there's a lot of videos out there that I subscribe to that have come up in the last 3 or 4 days. I just haven't had a chance to watch any. So I'm going to start watching some over the next few days when I get a minute. Saying that, The Defenders has just been released on Netflix. And I'm still catching up on Game of Thrones. So it's trying to find the time in a minute. But yeah, Theo, lovely guy. Had a long old chat with him. He had some good bits and pieces. Now, I only found out from someone else that everyone knows, who watches my channel knows that I'm a big Godzilla fan. They know I'm a big on Gremlins. They know I'm big on He-Man and Venom. So when people see things, they mention it to me. You know, if someone says, oh, there's a Venom figure down aisle 3, or, you know, there's Godzilla. And a couple of people mentioned that someone was selling Godzillas at the fair. So I tried to get away from the store. It was hard. But obviously I had Rob from Robbo Toys next to me, and I also had Andy Hines from Andy's Toys and Collectibles. Now, I sort of shot off to the toilet and I said, look, I'm going to grab something to eat. I'll bring some food back and that. And that's where I met Theo. So he had a few Godzilla toys on his stall. A couple that I had, to be honest with you, and a few that I didn't. So let's just grab them. He had this Angulus on his stall, so obviously I didn't really need to get that, but he had it at quite a good price. I think it was like £7. He had these guys, so we got the Gigon from the early 90s toy line, £5, and then we got the wind up Mecha Godzilla. So I've got the wind up Godzilla behind me here, as you can see, and I've got the normal Mecha Godzilla. I haven't got Gigons, so these guys are just going to go perfect because I haven't got them. And then I've got this big bad boy. I haven't tested it. His tail's a little bit loose. This is the electronic Toho. I think it was like 94. This Godzilla line come out. Yeah, 94. Like Trendmasters made them. Godzilla. I haven't tested it, but to be honest with you, I'm not too fussed whether it works or not. It's going to display well. It's a medium-ish size Godzilla compared to some of the ones I've got. I've got some really small ones. I've got some really huge ones as well above. So thanks, Theo, for them bits. And like I said, I will put a link to each channel. So there's going to be a few links below, guys. The YouTube community, when it comes to toys and all that, it's really, really good. And I love it. I love the fact that people get on and that. There's a lot of industries out there where people don't get along and everyone just wants to stab everyone in the back. So I do like the fact that the toy industry is quite nice and kind. Right, it was a day of Kaiju. It was all about Kaiju. It was all about Godzilla. It was all about monsters and that. So I carried on working most of the day, and then my mum gave me a surprise visit. My mum came to Birmingham, as my mum lives up north now. Came to Birmingham, she got there about 12:30. So I had a chat with her and all that, and then I sort of said to Rob, look, I'm going to try and get out and have a quick mooch round again, see if I can find anything. I did find another stall, and I can't believe that no one really bought these lot, to be honest with you. So it shows, I suppose, Godzilla and Kaiju fans, there's not as many as there is maybe G.I. Joe, Transformers, He-Man, Thundercats. So this guy done me a really, really good deal. So he had about, I don't know, 7 or 8 Godzilla and Kaiju items. And I've got 1, 2, 3, I've got like 5 items off him. I paid 30 quid. So the biggest of the items is this guy. This is obviously one of the knockoff Godzillas from the 80s. I don't have this guy, again, like a medium size. I'll have to try and find more space for all these Godzillas. We've got, this guy was part of it as well. So this one's from 2001. So it's Baragon, but unfortunately he's missing his ears. But still, he'll find a home on the shelf there. So we've got a little Baragon. Got this cool Godzilla clock as well. That is really, really cool. I'm really pleased with that. From 1997, Ban Presto, which I believe is a company that in Japan that does the. Jack told me that it's a company that does toys and stuff for the claw machines and giveaways and that. So that was pretty cool. And then these 2 items, I'm going to save the best to last. This guy is from, I believe it's from Ultraman. Still got his tag. Got a tag from Mandrake, 300 yen, which is apparently only a couple of quid. So I don't know what this guy's name is, but he's from the year 2000, Bandai. Pretty cool. As I said, I've got shelves and shelves of monsters and Kaiju. And then this is probably the one, probably the best of the lot, really. I've now acquired another Rodan. So this one, again with tag. So it says Godzilla 2002. The actual figure is marked 1998. So here you go, Rodan. Again, it's got the tag of 700 yen, which I think is about a £5, roughly, give or take. Yeah, pretty cool. So it started to become a pretty good day. I spent about 50 quid mooching around again. A stall behind me, found another little, they had a couple of Kaijus, some of them I've got. Found this little guy, he's got no markings on him at all. Don't know what he's from. I don't know how many Kaiju fans sort of watch my videos, but if anyone knows who this guy is, I do recognise him, I'm not too sure though. Like a wolf kind of looking thing. He's only little, I paid a £5 for him. The whole Kaiju Japanese thing getting big going in the house here. Nah, this was probably one of the finds of the day. Now, it's not everyone's cup of tea, I do know that, I do realise that, but this guy, he weighs a ton. This guy sells, and people do want him, he does sell it for about 40 quid, in packaging for about 70 quid, give or take. This is Leatherback from Pacific Rim. Now, I know Pacific Rim weren't everyone's cup of tea. It wasn't the greatest film, don't get me wrong, I thought it was okay, and I think there's a number 2 coming out next year. But this guy weighs a ton, but it's like a deluxe figure. And like I said, they go for, 30, 35 quid. And there is a bit of a demand for Pacific Rim figures, believe it or not. I paid £8. And this was towards the end of the show. I paid for this, £8. No one was clearly no one was interested in it. So when no one's interested in things, you know what that means? Coming home with me. That's what it means. Now, I mentioned him before in my videos. I always struggle to pronounce his name, so I'm just going to call him Pizem. I think he is for short. He always comes to all the toy shows and that. I've done trades with him in the past. He's bought bits and pieces off me in the past. He messaged me in the week and said that he had a Kong figure, and if I was interested. And of course, Kong, as you can see, the army gets larger. So this one actually comes with this, I don't know what this is. I'm guessing this is what came with it. It's like a fish, giant fish looking thing. This is probably what came with them, but I've never ever acquired a Kong with any other figures, with a dinosaur or with any monsters that he fights. So obviously he's squeezing it and he's giving it a punch. Look, bang, 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 bang. And it comes with a chain as well. So yeah, thank you very much for that. Paid a £5 for that. I was happy to pay that. I always look after him if he ever needs any bits and pieces. And he also mentioned to me that there was a stall, because I didn't get out that much. He said there was a stall round the back selling like a mini Skeletor cosplay set, loose. And I was like, oh, well, how much, kind of thing. He was like, I think they're asking 12 quid. Anyway, he went round there for me, and we got like the original 80s. This coming like a set. Got Skeletor's staff and Skeletor's belt, which is I don't think it's complete, but I have found a new home for Skeletor's belt. My friend Wayne, again, Wayne's a massive He-Man collector. He sold his mint on card collection off a couple of months ago, and he's decided to collect merchandise, and we've come to a deal on that lot. So again, thanks guys all round for that. And finally, the final one of bits and pieces I've got a Venom off of my friend Andy, who I mentioned, Andy's Toys and Collectibles, who was set up next to me and Rob. I have had this in the past. It's like a Venom with whips, kind of. Whips. They look like whips. I think he spins around, or yeah, like you squeeze his legs and it comes up and down. Me and Andy done like a trade sort of deal with some bits and pieces. So another Venom acquired, and then another person who watches my channel, I know he follows my Facebook page and that, and we're friends on Facebook now, is John from Jamorian Toys. I think that's how it's pronounced. So John's kind of like newish to the scene, collector as well, but he's got some really good stuff. He was stalled out on Sunday, yesterday should I say, at the NEC. He had some really good items and that, and I did manage to get a chance to walk around and see him, and we had a chat, and he came round, and lovely guy, awesome guy. He had some bits, and I got these, I can't remember what I got, how much, it was stupid money. I think I paid like a £5 for the 3. So we've got Shocker, Marvel Shocker. I'm not too sure if that's the Legends. I think it's just from the Spider-Man. We've got Falcon, like a Legends figure, and we've got Venom. I do have this Venom, so I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with it. I know one of my friends will probably have all 3 of these off me, so, but John done me a great deal on them. £5 for the 3. You know, they're probably worth £5 each. So, like I said, it was great to meet some new faces. Like I said, I can't thank everyone enough. The people that come to my stall and spent money, it was a really, really good day, and it's massively helped towards my USA kitty, if that's what you want to call it, my funds for America, which is not far. It's coming, it's knocking on the door. Guys, I do want to apologise for lack of videos. I do know that, you know, ideally in the ideal world I'd like to put 2 videos out a week, and I know that if I did, my subscribers will probably start going up and all that, but I do appreciate the subscribers I've got. I think I've got like 670 odd. It's sort of slowed down quite a bit, but you have to be quite consistent with YouTube, and consistency means, you know, more views, more subscribers, etc. But I'm just happy doing what I'm doing. I'm not out here trying to look for 10,000 subscribers. I love the fact that, you know, 500 people watch my video every week. That's more than enough. I never dreamed of that when I started doing this in January, that I'd have 500 people weekly watching my videos. So yeah, guys, I will try and do more, and I will, the demand for me to do a little video of this room here to show you guys some of the stuff I've got, or all of the stuff I've got. I will do like a little 10-minute video on that soon when I do get a bit of time. I want to catch up on everything, the Defenders, you know, Game of Thrones. I need to catch up on. I've got another 20 odd episodes before I get to season 7. And obviously I've got a PlayStation 2. I'm going to want to start playing that. I've not even really been playing the N64 that I picked up, 6 weeks ago. You know, I'm not getting time to do anything, and I'm back in the music industry, guys. It just don't stop, but I love it. I do love it. Life is good, so I cannot complain. Right, guys, if you are watching this and you do not subscribe to the channel, please consider to do so. I say I'm going to try and put, well, I do put at least a video out a week. I will try and put 2 out a week. If you're on social media, I do have a Facebook page under Pizarro's Pieces. The link is below. I am also on Instagram. Again, Instagram / Pizarro's Pieces, and the same with Twitter. I am active on all of them. Not Twitter so much, but I'm active on all of them. So you can add me up on all of them as well. Well, guys, I love you all. Thanks for watching. And until the next video, I'll see you all then.